There you go.
This meeting's called to order.
But that's in there normally. So.
Wednesday, January the 7th. Need a motion to approve the board minutes for December 17th.
I'll make a motion to approve board minutes for December 17th.
Second the motion.
Thank you. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Has he been sworn?
He'll have to abstain from this one.
Yeah, he's
He's sworn in.
He's sworn.
He is, but he
He
wasn't a
needs to
member for the
No,
last
he has
board
to
meeting.
abstain because he wasn't a member
Oh,
of the last.
you're right, Okay.
yeah, can't do that.
Okay. Second, approve the payment of claims in accordance with the Indiana State Board of Accounts, Code 5-10-1.6 bracket C.
I'll make a motion to approve payment of claims.
Second it.
All those in favor, raise your hand. It's unanimous. The next regular meeting will be held on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, 4 p.m. this room. Public comment. Do we have any public?
That's all verified with those.
Old business? It's not. New business. Oh, approve election of officers.
We have to motion that, do we?
Well, yes, that's probably what you'd have to
You
do.
have to take nominations.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have to go through and,
What?
We open the floor for nominations.
we would have to make a motion to, open the floor for nominations.
So,
Then we
yeah.
have to make nominations and accept. Then once they're accepted, then we can, how about if we do it easy? I'll make a motion to open the floor to nominations. So we have to second that.
I'll second that.
And then
Someone make a nomination.
I'll make I will nominate all current,
Officers the way they are.
Actually, nominate the treasurer or secretary. Nominate the president.
I'll nominate all current officers to remain in their positions.
You can we do
I
that
don't
legally?
I would
prefer not to do it
nominate
that way.
If we
Mary
need to
Costin
name
as
names,
our
we can.
president of our board.
I'll second it.
Thank you, that's nice of you.
You accept?
Sure, yes, and with
Call for a vote.
pride and honor and all that goes with it, and the
Okay.
mints.
Call for a vote
Vote.
on that motion.
Yeah.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Here's your chance to oppose.
Okay.
No?
I'll make a
Okay,
motion.
passed then.
I'll make a motion that we nominate Jamie over there as the secretary.
I can second.
I accept.
Vote.
All those in favor of Jamie maintaining her position as secretary, raise your hands to vote.
Okay.
It's unanimous. Okay, that takes care of that, I think. Be approved review of Peru Service Board policy responsibilities and functions. Attachment 6B.
Make a motion to approve the board policy responsibilities and functions.
Second the motion.
Okay. We're gonna discuss it, or we're gonna talk about it, or we're gonna, all those in favor? It's unanimous. Six C, approved 2026 tree trimming bid, attachments 6C.
I'll make a motion that we accept attachment 6C.
Second the motion.
Any comments, questions, talking about it?
Yes, I'd like to know how many circuits are not included in this.
Mike?
Can you tell me, Michael? How many circuits it's not included in this?
16?
Huh?
16, give or take. Each substation's got roughly 4 circuits coming out of it.
And so we're on a cycle of every few years, starting over.
Everybody knows.
Okay.
Okay. Approve. Retraining, this training.
Yep, we need to vote on it.
Pardon?
We've seconded it and
Okay,
everything else. Need to vote on it.
I think they did.
No, we
No,
need a
yeah, but-
vote. No, we approved and or we motioned and seconded, but.
Excuse me, that'd be 6C.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor? It's unanimous. Approve Spectron installation bids, attachment 6D.
Make the motion that we accept attachment 6D.
Second?
I have a question. Yes, go ahead. So we're gonna kind of come out a little bit from this and give it a larger view of what our expectations are and what we want to accomplish with this. And this is kind of just the first phase. So this is just the conduit, and the conduit itself needs to be vaulted. When I would say vaulted, they need concrete. It's not something that we do. So this is something that we would obviously have to contract out, and of course Smith Excavating had the lowest bid, and they've met with Smith Excavating to make sure that everything in their bid was what we needed and our expectations are the same, and they've done that. Along those lines, here's the Zach, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it.
That answers it. I noticed their bid rate was roughly 40.5% of the next highest bid. One elected no bid. I just wanted to make sure you were confident that they were gonna be able to meet everything that was required.
Yeah, that's a red flag, right? I mean, we'll get that from time to time and go, whoa, hold on, what the, and we've used Smith Excavating before. That's Peanut, right?
Is that Peanut?
Yeah, it's Peanut, yeah.
He did the
He's done,
work right along the river for us.
yeah, he's done a lot of work for us.
City's,
Road nowhere?
road too.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
So as far as Spectron goes, I'm gonna flip back and forth here, not to confuse you. So this is out at the Grissom Aeroplex, the industrial area. Obviously, the GIS picture isn't, the satellite picture isn't up to date yet. This is AZI here. Sorry, my bad. This is AZI. Spectron is back here in this area and back here in this area. So this print itself is
Not up to date.
east of the road. Excuse me, west of the road. This is here, right? They also have buildings here that they've expanded on as well. So this is part of the process is getting our infrastructure here, and then I'm going to let Mike take over and just talk about where we want to go and
What we've got, they've got, I won't work on TV, but they got A, B, and C that's already built. We've already powered it. Building D is currently under construction. That's the next one that's gonna come online. So we're kind of stubbed up there on the east side of the road already. Part of what Smith's Excavating is gonna do is get us to the west side of that drive. And then they're gonna run the length of the property to the switch location up here, and he will install all of that. So we'll finish off everything we need for this construction site. And he's also gonna set the 2 transformer pads that we're gonna need to use there. And then the overall, the objective is going to be to tie that loop together. We're already undergrounded for most of Innovation Way there by AZI. And then as we come around there on the west side, on what used to be AirTech, the goal is to close that whole loop in, so to bring in from the east and the west and have an underground loop there, eliminate all the overhead lines. And then something else, Josh, if you can zoom out significantly maybe. Something else we've started to look into would be to follow the existing line, more or less we've got through Grissom, to tie that back in directly to our substation, to have a direct feeder to that, to the industrial sector out there.
this is the existing line here. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and
line? Yeah,
that's
make sure.
very old, and it's something we inherited from the Air Force and is not really in great condition anymore. So I think if we're gonna do an express feeder, I think what our goal would be to just install new infrastructure from our substation
Substation's up here.
to that area as it continues to grow and develop.
So the goal is to go north and connect it all the way.
We think that's where where the end game is gonna be for the industrial park out there.
Gives
And
us-
then with the work to the west, is there anything that we know of we're gonna have to do, like at the bottom where you've got the 13E 231, the not in use? Is there anything we're gonna have to do on the east of that as AZI develops, or do we already have everything in the works for the redundant feeds when they add to that?
The plan is, yes, to close all that in. So we'll finish underground in this section here, and then we'll come across and we'll tie all this back in together. So it would all be redundant for AZI and Spectronics from either direction.
We currently have overhead up around AZI, but we do want to put that underground. Gives us a little bit more reliability until it doesn't, which is, then it's 10 times as hard to fix it, but gives us a little more reliability. But they already have a loop redundancy, AZI does. We spent actually quite a bit of money when they first.
For the one that's there?
Yeah, for the one that's
Is
there.
this gonna cover every bit of this expense?
No, this is just connecting from that north side where it's right here, getting us up through their campus, connecting the switches, and then the next phase of that. So we have a long-term plan here in this area. So that's kind of why we're showing you all of this. The next phase of that is to move north to complete the loop, and then after that will be to express feeder to the substation. And as Mike alluded to here, we are already in a study with Makeda and the base and the Air Force as to how REMC is also included in this, as to what type of redundancies they have for the base, for the area around the base, where they're lacking in both redundancy and capacity, infrastructure. So, and it's quite a large study, and it's been going on for a year now. Actually, the engineering portion of it's been going on for a year, funded by Makeda. We're not, and there could be hopefully some grant dollars in there as well, and we feed a very minimal amount of base infrastructure here. So there might be a little bit of help in that area coming if we can get some sort of grant from the Air Force side of the DoD for redundancies and things like that. So that's not something we're going to be really aggressive at right now, but eventually we're going to have to, because that's old and falling apart.
Josh, can I ask a question?
Sure.
You know the new spec building that was built out there, is that supported with Peru Utilities, or is that an REMC?
No, it's that we have that whole we have this whole campus here.
Okay, so that's way over here on
The spec building that they just built
it's
is
in there?
yeah, it's right in here. Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
I guess that's a Spectrum RX yeah.
Yep. They leased the building for 10 years with an option. Looks like probably 5 or 6 cyclotrons, smaller cyclotrons. So the map that we showed you a bit ago might change on that west side. These are already here. They've got, I believe they have the full framework up of E already. And H and F, I believe, are the question marks. So, Spectron RX is going to be a good sized customer of ours. We feel like they're going to be in the top 10 or 15 once they're said and done. So, and they've been really great to work with, and they've given Mike's guys and Mike's department and girls up front all the compliments in the world of how we've dealt with them. So they've been good. So anyway, we do have a large plan. This is just a small piece of it. It's in our capital plan that you approved in November.
So with this, Smith will run the conduit, pour the pads, set vaults. Will we then go in and pull cable, wire, and run all the utilities to connect on our own with our line of
Our
work?
people, set the switches, and that's the plan at this point. I can't say that's 100% going to happen because the switches are how long? We ordered them a couple months ago.
They were, I think, 4 months.
Yeah. which is pretty quick nowadays.
Yeah, very good.
So those are a little farther out, but we need those switches anyway, because even if they don't build H, G, H, and F, because of we want to loop it, and that'll help on that redundancy side. That's all I have on that. Now we just need to vote on it.
Okay,
Got a vote?
this would be 6D. Approve the spectrum installation bids, 16.
We just need a vote.
You need a vote.
Vote. All those in favor? Unanimous. 6E. Approve second quarter uncollectible accounts. Richard's favorite.
Yes, that's my favorite.
Make a motion to approve the unacceptable bad debts.
I'll second the motion.
He never jumps at that one, does he?
Grumbles after.
So obviously,
I don't agree
these are
with
the
it.
bad debts. You have the data in front of you as far as the total write-off is $23,764.43. That's for all utilities. It's also a write-off for trash because that's uncollected as well. We just give that information to the city. It is through the April-June timeframe is what we're what we're writing off here. It's a little late. If you guys noticed the narrative that we gave, I thought it was a pretty good discussion. It's a little late because of the billing changeover, and we have to register them as past due accounts. And when we transferred everything, for some reason it wouldn't. So now we're at 180 days on these, but that's okay as far as arrearage. This is a total of for the Peru utilities, 0.224% of revenue, in the Grissom 0.479%, not 4%. I look back and did a little research, but typically we're in that $100,000 a year range on the write-offs. Average 0.28%, because there's a lot more write-offs as volume-wise. Money-wise in the Peru, if you consider the electric in there, than the Grissom, so you average out to 0.28. Comparing with other utility write-off ratios, the IURC says the overall average is in that 1% to 2% range of revenue. AES Indiana is 3%. NIPSCO for 24-25 is 1%. Duke is 1%, and CenterPoint is 1%. That gives you a good mix of disadvantaged communities and more advantaged communities. Is that the correct term? So we are at that 0.28%. So we are less as far as write-offs go than other utility companies.
How many more write-offs are we gonna have on 2025 coming to us?
We'll have a half a year left, so we'll have 2 quarters left.
2 quarters.
Yeah.
This is not the final.
Not for 25, no. But again, we have to wait the 90 days, and we have to make them write-offs after that. We have to attempt to collect, and we've collected 0.17% of gross revenue back already from 2025. So that's roughly $15,000 that we've collected back by return customers and us making calls and stuff like that. So that's why we don't send it to collection, Zach.
Okay.
It just costs more money and we don't get it. We only get a portion of that, and we get that because we have customers that say, oh, hey, I moved, I need power. Well, you need power, but you need to pay your arrearage before we'll turn that on. So we get some of that money back in the collection efforts from the grows up front.
So question, Josh, and this might just be me being new or ignorance, but like on Grissom where you have a water charge, how does that why do we not accompany some wastewater there? Like if they consume the water,
We
defaulted on that.
we put liens on anything that's not on every property that has a water that write off. And so unfortunately for the landowner or the person that rents the property, they get that, not the renter. The landowner, the homeowner of the property actually gets the lien on theirs on the wastewater side.
Okay.
can't sell.
It's unfortunate to them, and that probably will change with the law later. We've been working on that for a bit. I think it's been proposed year after year at the State House on that one, so.
So it will not show up because it's placed as a lien.
Correct.
Take a vote.
E. That's what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yes.
All those in favor of approving the second quarter 2025 uncollectible accounts bad debt, 6E. Raise your hand. You're
I
not,
voted for it.
oh, you voted for
Well,
it? It's hard on him, it's hard on him.
I can't understand bad debt.
We know on principle, we don't necessarily want to do that, but as far as accounting wise, you really have no choice. You have to clear them, but you have to balance that. You have to balance the books on.
Okay. Unanimous. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Okay, 6F, long-term control plan update.
Thank you. The holidays slowed everything down, so I don't have anything to update on that.
Oh, okay.
They're still working on the plant side to get things done sometime next year, or this year, excuse me, jeez. Sorry.
Administration.
City administration update. Excuse me.
Don sent me a couple of things that he wanted me to share. First is cleanup of the recycling facility behind Hardee's is almost complete. Decided to clean it up to prevent a major hazardous issue due to if it would catch fire, and eventually the city will hold the deed to this property. The first week of 2 EMS or ambulance service providers went smoothly with very few issues. A no turn on red sign will be placed at the intersection, well, I saw him do it today, at North Broadway and 7th Street to prevent right turn on red from Broadway onto Ewing. Council approved Tim Fisher to be president pro tem of the council. Out-of-state firm claims to be closing on Sherwood and Born In mobile home parts January 9th. Dustin can provide more detail. That's all I had.
I didn't get what you said exactly about right turns on red.
Well, if you're coming from North Broadway, and you stop there at 7th Street, Circus Building's on your
Yes.
Elks. In order to turn right on red, you would have to proceed, and that's kind of an issue.
Oh,
So-
and to make a right on Ewing Street
Yeah.
or to go to,
It's always been against the law.
Yeah,
it's
We're
always
just
what?
putting a sign up.
yeah,
Mhm.
because it's not really right, it's not really right. It's
Technically
really,
running
Yeah.
a
let's
red.
drive
Yeah,
off.
you have
Yeah,
to,
you're-
you have to
yeah,
proceed
it's
through
always
a
been
red
against the law.
light to turn
Most
there,
people know it.
because it's not a continuation of the original
it's-
road.
We need a sign.
Okay, thank you. City attorney's update,
We're gonna ask the other council member.
I'm sorry.
There he is.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Anything to say?
Mr. Stevenson.
I don't have anything to say.
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kearns?
Well, to expand on what Councilmember Fisher was just saying, yeah, the Sherwood property and also the Born-In property, the guys wanting to purchase the note on that, not necessarily the property at this point, purchase the note on it, close on the note, and then hopefully foreclose on the note to acquire it that way. Spoke with that gentleman yesterday. In my opinion, city still needs to proceed with obtaining the tax certificates and going through that process just in case to cover ourselves. If the note's bought, doesn't necessarily mean that the taxes and stuff get paid because again, they're hoping it goes through the foreclosure process, which doesn't help the city or anything in that way. So once I found some more information on that, I understood what they were doing, what they were
So
trying to do.
They're not purchasing it, so, I mean, they have just the utilities, I believe their lien is 100 grand, 90 to 100,000.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's taxes on top of that in arrears, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. No, his plan was to buy the note and foreclose on the note.
Jeez. And then, so the issue is they're gonna get shut off again. They have leaks up there, and, I mean, I don't know that they're like behind at this point, but that's not gonna solve anything, not immediately anyway, maybe long term.
Right.
But it's significant, the rearage on that's significant, as far as taxes go, and lien.
And we'll talk about the rest in the executive session.
I'm so sorry. I
I
missed.
said we'll talk about the rest in the
Oh.
executive session.
What's the benefit, Dustin, of them buying the note?
Because they think the property's worth at least the value of the note, so they would be able to foreclose on that and essentially get it cheap instead of buying the property outright. They want to be the lien holder, like a bank. I don't think that math, if you ask me, but hey, I don't know. I'm not in that business.
And that's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. The manager's report, please.
Thank you, Mary. I have one thing before the executive session. We discussed we tasked Baker Tilly to provide a preliminary financial assessment of Peru Water for the lead service line project, and to see if the current rate structure satisfies the revenue requirement for anything more than the $5 million that we were asking. And they're preliminary. Now, we don't have year-end statistics, so they use the 12 months prior, so it would have been October back for 12 months. The debt service coverage would be more than adequate for $10 million. Again, that's $5 million at 0% and a $5 million forgivable ban or grant. So we would be paying back $5 million at 0%. And for 26, the standard really is you want 125% coverage, 1.25 coverage on any financing. And we would be at, now this is before PILT, because that's how they have to figure it. For 2026, if we closed in April for 26, we'd be at 198%, 27, 174, 28 is 217, and 29 is 209%. So even with that 5 million at 0% as a burden and the 5 million grant, we'd be well within our any type of margin without a rate increase. That's the key. Now this isn't the final, this is, if you'll notice, it says preliminary because they don't have year-end statistics yet. And Michelle's in hyperdrive trying to get that done for both of the projects. But we're looking at the revenue and it seems the same in sales. It seems almost the same as it was prior year. So there's nothing major that's just gonna roll in that's gonna blow this part of it up. So we have recommended to our financial advisor to begin work on this. We've also told them to inform the state, the SRF, the IFA, that we want 10 million and we'll take 15 if they can give it to us, and they told us no. But it was worth a shot. The 10 million is all they're going to give this time. But this is good news. This is good news. What we've done has set us up for success, at least for half of the $30 million for this project. So that'll be 15 million so far, 5 million this year. And 10 million, well, 5 million last year, geez, and 10 million this year. That would make 15 million, and us paying 7.5 million back of that 15 million at 0%. And that's a huge grant in itself, let alone the other 7.5 million. So that's actually great news. And the lease for our meters, our final payments at the end of 27, beginning of 28 there. That's why there's a big jump from 174% in 27 to 217 in 28 as far as debt coverage. That's going to help for future, and there's a possibility that we've put back enough in our debt service reserve to pay that completely off now. So that will move our debt service, our coverage even better for next year, and make it even better for next year. For if something pops up, there's another $10 million, $5 million out there. We're gonna have a hard time spending that much money in a 12-month period to get further financing. But if something pops up, we might have a little bit leeway to get a little bit more with the current rate that we have. And I think that's the key, the current rate that we have through 28 is the increases that we have that we have the adjustments every year through 28, I believe, already set in place. So this is good news. This is good news for our ratepayers. We will need a bond ordinance from the council for this. Just saying we need 11 million or 12 million, and they always go over that. But again, it won't accompany a rate study and us coming to you for a rate increase. So
It's such an odd process. Oh, issue a bond, that's amount, but then we'll wipe it off.
right, yeah, we're gonna give you 10 million more, but you don't need to pay back. Yeah, it's weird, but that's what they have to do. So we'll take it, man. We'll take it. Any questions on that? Okay, that's all I have for the manager.
Excuse me. All right, right now I'll ask for an adjournment and then we'll go into our executive session if someone would like to take a 5-minute break.
A motion to adjourn. I'll second the motion.
Okay. Would you like to take a 5-minute break? Oh, thank you.
I'm ready to go right in if you guys are.
I'm gonna take
All right.